Welcome to Theater Crafts, where we take theater memorabilia and we make brand new treasures. So today we are making envelopes. Now you're thinking, envelopes, really? Yeah, we're making envelopes out of music that you may have from different productions you were in. You may have scripts, old scripts that you can make envelopes out of, add stickers, washi tape, or maybe even posters where you can make envelopes for keeping some of your treasures. So you can use these, you can mail them, you can give them to maybe friends and castmates on opening night for a break a leg, or maybe hold some of your treasures from a show that you were in and store them all together like that. So today we are going to make envelopes. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm at the workbench now, and I wanted to give you a closer look at the different envelopes that I have here as examples. So my resources are things like scripts. So here I've got some scripts, I've got some music, and that's what I used to make this envelope here. So you can see I even distressed the edges a little bit, and I'll show you a little bit later how I did that. I added some tape around here. This is a sticker and this is a sticker. But how fun is that you can maybe put a note in there. You could put stickers in there that you can give to a friend on opening night or something like that. Here's another one. Again, I used music for this one, clearly from The Wizard of Oz, and I added a sticker here. These are stickers that are from like a film kind of collection, and you could write on here, if you wanted to mail it, you could write the address of the recipient here, put your stamp obviously here and your return address. And then on the back here, I just added another sticker, and I cut the backing off so that when you're ready to seal it, you could just take the rest of the backing off and just seal it, and it's ready to go. So this one is a very similar style, in that I've got it from music. I added a sticker here. This is a label, that mailing label. So you can just put a mailing label on there and use that to mail your envelope. This one is from a small postcard here. So I took it and I thought it would be really interesting if you had postcards for your show and you wanted to send that information off to a family member who lives far away or something like that. You can make a little envelope, see, like this, and maybe put the tickets inside, and that would be really fun. Now this might be a little too small to mail, but you could put it within another envelope if that works for you. And then this one here is actually the Descendants poster here. So you see that, and I took that and I made it into almost like a little catch-all. So here I added some kind of string to the back, and so you could put maybe memorabilia from the show in here. I added a little decorative edging here, and that was done with one of these stamps here. And so, you can add, I don't know, maybe you got congratulations or notes from cast members or the director, or maybe a review in a local paper or something like that, and you wanted to keep those together. That would be really kind of a fun way to do it. And I was just closing this up. So instead you could, if you had a little bit more room, this doesn't have as much room, you could put even like a Velcro tabs and then just close it that way. I chose to actually make like these little buttons. These are just literally cut right out of the same poster, and I used these little cutouts here, and I used a brad. So let me just show you what brads are. It's right here. So you basically take the little brad. These are those things that you poke through paper and then you flail out. I don't know if you can see that. flail out the ends there, and that secures it in place. So what I did was I added 3 layers on this just to make it a little bit more sturdy. So there are 2 rounds and then the flower, and you can see where the brad opens up in the back there, and the same inside there. And so basically then I just tied a string that coordinated with the poster, and then you just wrap it around, and that becomes your closure. I love that. I just think that's, how cute is that? I added some just trim around here using double stick tape. You could use a hot glue gun, anything that works, glue gun, anything that works for you. All right, so let me clear my space here, and we'll get started. Okay, so there are multiple ways you can get your envelope. So you can, if you have like a cutting machine, like a Cricut or something like that, they have lots of envelope templates in their design space. But if you don't have that, there are other ways of getting them. So for example, these are actually envelopes that I had. And what I did is I just took them apart and then used that as the template. So you see that right there. And there are lots of different shapes. So you see this one here has more of a triangle shape for that. And this one here is a smaller envelope. So whatever works for you. And it also, the size depends on the size of the paper that you have. So for example, I think I might try, this came in the mail, this cardboard, or I mean chipboard, kind of, it's on a poster board, whatever, Harry Potter sign. I thought that was kind of cool. So I might need to figure out, all right, which envelope size would work for this. Now it's a little small on the sides, but I think I could make that work. But I kind of want, you want to think about where you want to center. Like you might want the image in the middle there. So I kind of do want the image, the Harry Potter image in the middle there. So I'd have to do that. Now, the challenge with this is, you see I'm losing some on the top. But what I could do is I could actually add that onto the bottom, and that way I still have enough to cover the back. So let's give that a try. I think it'll work. Let's give it a try. Now, you can, on the ones that I made before, I actually cut them, I traced them with a pencil and then cut them out. I think I'm just going to kind of wing it here. We'll see how it works. All right. So I can hold that right down pretty solidly. All right, so then, like I said, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut that down, and I'm just going to go straight down because I do want that to be longer. Hopefully this will work. Got that a little close there. Okay. All right. So let's see how this works and see if we can make this work for what we're doing. So we're going to need to score this. Hang on one second. Let me grab a ruler. Okay, so there are a couple of ways you can do this. So I'm going to turn this over, and I want to score the envelope. So I've got a little scoring tool here. This was an inexpensive one I got at the dollar store. So you can do that where you just literally bring it across, and you'll see, I don't know if you can see the line there. You can see that line, and then it makes it easier for you to fold it over. Now, if you don't have one of these, that's absolutely fine. You can even use I've used scissors very, very carefully because you don't want to cut through, but it would just give you a light score as well, and that certainly works too. So either way, you're just going to, every time I record, my cat meows. So you're going to do that. You're going to fold that in on the scored line, and we're going to do the end here. That. Okay, and you're going to fold that in. Now, remember we made the end over here much longer to see if we could make sure that it fits. So We'll see if this is going to work. All right, so this card here. So the card, it's meant to be here. So I'm going to go here, here. Let's see. Make sure that's that to make sure that it's even. Feels a little uneven to me. We'll see how that goes. All right, I'm going to score that again. Fold that over. All right, so let's see. So we're going to have to obviously cut it. That's kind of the idea. So I'm going to cut it. Ooh, but look at that. That works beautifully. So you could do a couple things, actually. You could even fold it under if you wanted extra, you know, make it more solid. You could certainly do that if you want, or we could cut it right in this area. So I think I'm going to cut it just to make sure that we're good. Now this, if you can see that, got, how cute is that, huh? All right, so I'm actually gonna cut flush with the end here, or just underneath it. We'll see how that looks. There we go. Okay, so I like that. And then, now there are a couple of ways we can do this. We can do this and then make the top of it, you can make that the top, or you could do it the other way around. I kind of think I want to do it this way. So the top like that, and then we've got the Harry Potter like that. So in terms of securing here, I'm going to put just a little bit of double-sided tape. So this is double-sided tape. We're going to kind of glue right onto here, onto the tab right here. Just run it down, and run it down the tab on this side as well. All right, and let's see. Look at that. Get a little bit over. That'll be fine in a little bit. I went over a little bit here, but how cute is that little envelope? I love that. That's adorable. So now we can also dress it up, and that's what's so cool about doing stuff like this. So I have maybe some Distress Oxide here, which is basically, it's like a little bit of a stain here. We can kind of make the edges a little bit so they look kind of old-fashioned, especially with this like poster board. It can get a little bit when you're bending it, it can get where it kind of splits a little bit, so you want to be maybe covering that up if that's the case. Basically, this is a dauber here, and just making it a little bit kind of old-fashioned, especially because it's Harry Potter, let's be real. I like that. And then, you know, there are lots of different ways that we can close this up too. So we could put, like I did on the other one with the Descendants one, we could put a little tab there if you wanted. We could, let's see, I've got a little bit of the card left. I could put a brad here and then put one of the like buttons like I did on the Descendants one. The Descendants, if you remember, like little buttons on the back. I could do that. In fact, I think I might try that. Let's see. All right, I'm going to take this round. I'm going to do it upside down so I can see it. Wouldn't that be cool to have that as the button right there? I like that. All right. Probably could have had Harry Potter on the other side. Let's see. I'm just going to put a couple of other just to make it a little bit more sturdy. Okay, but I kind of like this one here. So I could put this down here and then maybe put a brad at the top so that we can close it. All right, so I think I might choose, we have different color brads in here. So now the challenge with this, you know, having it as this board is that it's not as sturdy as, you know, other elements. So you want to be careful with it. I'm gonna find the center here. So it's 5 inches, so 2.5 ish. All right, so it's around here is the center. And then I'm gonna actually put the brad. I think I can get it through. That doesn't look center. There it is. All right, I'm just gonna poke it through. You can use like an awl if you want. Trying to see if I can get it through without an awl. If not, I'll go grab one. These are so tiny, they're hard to maneuver, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, go through. Ah, there it goes. Okay, and then I'm gonna spread it. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't on camera. I'm gonna spread those out. Okay, I might also, just to secure it, maybe even put, you could put a sticker on the back here. In fact, I've got this. This is kind of a cool tape. That might be kind of fun. It's movies and popcorn and stuff. Why not put that right over it? That will secure that down a little bit. And cut that off. Let's see. That also adds a little bit of interest on the inside too. I like that. You could even line this. You could add another piece of you know, colored paper or something like that to line the inside. That would actually look really cool. All right, so now it's creating, I might have to get an awl. So let me run and grab an awl, and that way I can poke the holes through these so that we are making it nice and sturdy. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue, the double-sided tape, just to secure them together. Something nice and sturdy. You could also even put like a Mod Podge on these so that they really are really solid. All right, so let me grab an awl. I'll be right back. Okay, I was going to grab an awl, but actually I had a needle right here, so I thought a needle works too. So basically I'm just going to try to find close to the center, and I'm going to push that through. Be careful. The idea is just to get in all three pieces. Then I also need to put it through. I want to put it, bring it down, make sure I'm in the right area. How cute is that, huh? All right, so I just push it through the hole and then into the envelope. So then, literally, you just push that brad through. Okay, go through there. Go. A little crooked. Oops. These brads are so tiny. I'm used to working with much larger brads. All right, and then it goes through there. I don't know if you can see it inside there. And you basically just spread out the prongs in the back. It's a little tricky to get in there. I'll probably use these on your schoolwork and stuff. Okay, there it goes. All right, so then you can take some string. I actually have some string right here, and just take a length of that, and I'm going to, let's see, I'll tie it around the top here. I should have done this before I secured it down, to be honest. Actually, oh, it's not going to work. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to tie it in a knot. It's funny because I just sometimes don't plan out exactly how I'm going to, things change as you're going along. So, there we go. Then all you have to do is just wrap it around the bottom one, and it will secure it shut. I love that. Cut this off. You could add like a bead on the ends of that or something. I think that's adorable. And then you could put a little note in there. You could send this, to a friend. How awesome is that? That was literally a postcard that came in the mail. You could do this with, programs that you get, and that would be really interesting too. Now, I have to say, I was looking at the size of this, and, that could potentially work. It's a little tight on the ends here, so that might be hard. But what I was doing is I was looking at the sizes and thinking, okay, I really like the shape of this one, but certainly that wouldn't work. So what I did is I went to my photocopier and I copied the images, but I decreased the size. So like this one, if we cut this out, that one actually may work. I don't know if you can see, I can see it. I don't know if you can see underneath. It's just about the right size for if you had Dear Evan Hansen in the middle there. And if that wasn't, this was at 75%, then I actually reduced it even more to 60%, and that's even smaller. So that, would work potentially with a much smaller postcard or something like that. I'm just going to cut this out. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about so you'll see what I mean. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not very careful about the cutting out, you can modify it as you're working. But I love that you can take all of these music or scripts or posters, brochures, anything like that, and turn them into envelopes that you can hold keepsakes or send. Wouldn't it be cool if you sent all of the members of your cast that you're, working with, opening night notes or closing notes or something like that. That would be amazing. So you can take this, and I don't know if you can see, I can see the image inside. So the Dear Evan Hansen is right there. So that would really work in terms of the size of it. So let's try it, because I like this a lot. All right, so I'm going to take the cover right off, and I put, because I really like Dear Evan Hansen. I mean, I like the playbill too, but I think I could use the playbill for some other project. So I'm going to put Dear Evan Hansen right in the center. Now again, like I said, you can actually, if you wanted, just trace around it. I'm going to live on the edge here and cut it out right with that. And it's a little bit short on the sides, but I think we'll be okay. Now, you're probably wondering, is there a right and a wrong way in terms of the top and bottom? Probably. I am letting it go whatever way suits me. Because, you know, there's no right or wrong way with envelopes, I guess. As long as they close and they fit what you want them to fit. I think I'm going to keep this playbill for another project because that's pretty awesome. All right, here we go. There it is. All right, so again, I'm going to score it just because I want to make sure that I'm folding it properly and just adding a little bit of a line, and maybe even using the ruler to make sure that you have a nice straight edge there. To the sides here, because you want to make sure that your edges are pretty crisp. And now this one, the paper is pretty flimsy on this. It's pretty thin. So this one you might want to actually add a lining. And so basically all I would do is just take this as your template, add another piece, which you could totally do with the piece you just cut out, right? Add another piece, and then when you fold it in, you're going to have a nice lining on the inside. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's see here. Just score it a little bit. And again, like I said, if you have a Cricut or a cutting machine, you're able to do envelopes on those. They actually have lots of different styles of envelopes on the cutting machine. So go ahead and use that as your template guide if you're interested. All right, here we go. There it is. That's adorable. I'm going to add a little tape. And you could use a glue stick. In fact, I'll use the glue stick for this because it's not that thick paper. Make sure I go. Okay, there we go. I love that. And you know what I'm going to do? I've got some trim. I think I might add some trim to this. Why not? Got this really cool trim. Not really sure where I got it, and it's like plasticky, so only because it's a little bit tight there. So what if I put a little trim on the bottom there just to extend it a little bit? Oops, I'm not shot there. Sorry about that. Just to extend it a little bit. That's kind of interesting. Let's see. There are lots of different patterns here. That's kind of cool. What do you think? Can you see that? I like that. The other thing too is if you have, remember on the Descendants one I added the trim here, you can also, if you have a corner punch, you can even accentuate your corners a little bit. I mean, I cut them this way, so it's not necessarily needed for this, but there are, tools that you can use that may help you get the desired effect that you're going for. All right, I think I'm going to add this. I'll add it on the top, just for fun. All right, then I'll trim it off. So I'm gonna use the glue stick for the double-sided tape for this, just to make sure it's nice and sturdy. Okay, a little bit over the edge there. Okay, oops, and then if you can see that, it's plastic. Originally, I thought it was stickers, but it's not. I'm trying to line it up a little bit with that yellow line, which is a nice trim detail, I guess. Trim off the edge over here. add another piece. I'm going to add another one just for fun. I don't know if I have that same one. Oh, yeah, I do. All right, here's that same one. Oh, maybe I'll do it so that they're matching. If you can see that the medallions are kind of matching. Oh, I like that. All right, I'm going to add another row here. Okay, oops, get my mat. All right, so I'm going to actually overextend it a little bit just because I want to match the pattern there, which has this kind of medallion detail. And again, just for fun, just adding a little bit of kind of detail. It also will make this stronger too. So just something to think about when you're creating it. All right, so I'm gonna round this. Sorry. And then cut, oops, it's a little sticky. Cut that off. Okay, and then cut this off too. There we go. So you could use this, like I said, it could be for, you know, sending a note. Wouldn't it be just fun if you have like your theater friends over, you make, or you send notes, put notes in their locker or on their dressing room table or anything like that. Or, you know, maybe it's a holiday gift or a birthday gift or something, and you have, you know, tickets to see a show, or you get them, you know, I don't know, something that relates to a show that you're part of. So I love that. I think that's really cool. So a couple of envelopes there, different closures that you can certainly use, and ways of incorporating them into just different aspects of your theater life. Here we go. Here are a couple of others. This is the one. These are the ones that I had earlier, just so you can see the different types. I love these. I think they are really easy to make, and I hope you make them too. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you make some envelopes using materials that you have from your theater experiences. So thanks for joining me for today's episode, and I will see you next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.